According to art historians, murals date back to at least 40,000 years. It dates back to the Upper Paleolithic times. The earliest known murals were cave paintings. These ancient murals depicted family life, hunting, and religious life. These artworks survived in Egyptian tombs, Minoan palaces from the Neopalatial period, and as well as from the wrath of Mount Vesuvius in Pompeii. For each mural's purpose, it varies from culture to culture. Back then, murals were used to aid in understanding, most especially for the illiterate people. Murals are also made for inspiration and camaraderie, especially in troubled times. Throughout the history of murals, it is said that its greatest strides were during the European Renaissance, which was considered the height of art murals, and the Baroque period, where biblical and allegorical murals were painted. Murals again were popularized and further developed in the 20th century. As the word mural came from the Latin word murus meaning wall, today we know of murals as paintings on walls.
At first, it was stunning. The different colors made it easy for me to spot them. It made me stop and look. I've always been around Marikina, and this wall always gets my attention. This time, I asked my friend who had a car that I really wanted to shoot with and used it as a background. Murals give me a vibe that tells me that it's a freedom of expression, a side of someone's self, something a part of them being drawn on a wall or anything else.
In thinking about how community murals influence and function as sites of civic participation, the process allows communities of color to create positive social change within their own neighborhoods. Murals in the community were depicted to be works of innovativeness of some creatively minded and gifted individuals. Moreover, murals are expressions of ideas and advocacies in life that shows their active involvement and commitment to societal issues. Hence, in such a way that these advocacies cannot be verbally stated or expressed, but they can express and show it through means of creative arts and drawings.
People continue to debate whether graffiti should be completely legal and become synonymous or equivalent to mural art. In the legal aspects, a person is committing graffiti vandalism when done without the private property owner's consent or the approval of the government if it's in a public space. If so, it could not be considered a mural. Graffiti vandalism is usually done by gangs to spray cans, stencils, and markers to mark or tag territories and claim ownership of a certain area. Because of its tendency to become intrusive and intimidating, local citizens and tourists may not feel safe in areas where graffiti is heavily prevalent. Whatever the conclusion of the debate is, both wall visuals can potentially become a medium of a community's cultural pride, values, and identity, as seen through projects such as Sining Saysay Philippine History and Art and the Filipino Street Art Project.
Whatever the case may be, it's safe to say that murals, may it be graffiti or not, have impacted the society greatly. And legality can never really take away artistry, though artists really need to be more responsible and pick a legal canvas. So maybe instead of looking at these dirty walls with hate, I think it's a much more positive thing to appreciate.